Sébastien le Prestre de Vauban, a name synonymous with military genius. Born in 1633, Vauban rose to prominence during the reign of Louis XIV, becoming the foremost military engineer of his time. His impact on the landscape of warfare, particularly in fortifications, remains unparalleled. Vauban revolutionized the art of fortification, transforming it into a science. His designs, characterized by geometric complexity and strategic brilliance, were instrumental in securing France's borders. Even today, centuries after his death, Vauban's fortifications stand as enduring symbols of strategic thinking and architectural prowess. The 17th century was an era of constant warfare in Europe. New technologies, particularly in artillery, rendered traditional medieval fortifications obsolete. Armies, equipped with powerful cannons, could easily breach the once impenetrable walls of castles. Enter Vauban, whose innovative approach to fortification emerged as the solution to this pressing military challenge. He recognized the need for fortifications that could withstand the destructive power of artillery. His designs incorporated geometric layouts, angled bastions, and layered defenses, creating fortresses that were both formidable and adaptable. Vauban's fortifications were integral parts of a broader military strategy. He emphasized interconnected networks of fortresses, strategically positioned to control key routes and territories. Vauban's genius lay in combining architectural innovation with a deep understanding of military strategy. The 17th century in France was dominated by the reign of Louis XIV, the Sun King. His ambitions for France extended beyond its borders, leading to a series of conflicts that reshaped Europe. Louis XIV envisioned France as the dominant power on the continent, marked by a relentless pursuit of military glory. Vauban's emergence as a military engineering prodigy coincided with Louis XIV's vision for a powerful and secure France. The king recognized Vauban's genius and entrusted him with the critical task of fortifying the kingdom. The 17th century was a turbulent period in European history, marked by almost constant warfare. France, under Louis XIV, found itself embroiled in multiple conflicts, including the 30 Years' War and the War of the Spanish Succession. The development of powerful artillery revolutionized warfare, making traditional fortifications obsolete. This shift created an urgent need for new defensive strategies, leading to the concept of linear warfare. France, with its extensive borders and ambitious foreign policy, was particularly vulnerable to attack. Louis XIV recognized that a strong defense was a strategic imperative for the survival and expansion of his kingdom. Fortifications played a crucial role in this defensive strategy, serving as deterrents and fortified strongpoints. A well-fortified city or fortress could withstand prolonged sieges, buying time for reinforcements or diplomatic solutions. In this context, Vauban's genius for fortification found its purpose and its patron. In the heart of French Flanders, the city of Lille boasts a formidable legacy of defense, epitomized by its majestic citadel. Designed by Vauban and constructed between 1667 and 1670, the Citadel of Lille stands as a testament to his engineering prowess. Vauban's design for Lille employed a sophisticated system of bastions, curtains, and outworks, arranged in a classic star-shaped layout. The citadel's strategic location, at the confluence of several waterways, further enhanced its defensive advantages. Surrounded by a network of moats and canals, Lille was a formidable obstacle for any attacking force. The Citadel of Lille played a crucial role in securing France's northern border, withstanding numerous sieges throughout its history. Nestled high in the French Alps, Perched on a rocky outcrop overlooking the Durance Valley stands the fortress of Mont-Dauphin. Constructed between 1693 and 1706, Mont-Dauphin represents a departure from Vauban's usual lowland fortifications. Vauban's design ingeniously incorporated the natural topography of the site, integrating the fortress into the mountain itself. Despite its remote location and the logistical challenges of high-altitude construction, Mont-Dauphin became a formidable fortress. Today, Mont-Dauphin stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a reminder of Vauban's mastery in adapting his designs to even the most demanding environments. In the heart of Alsace, on the banks of the Rhine River, lies Neuf-Brisach, a fortified town that embodies the pinnacle of Vauban's architectural and military vision. Built between 1698 and 1707, Neuf-Brisach is a masterpiece of symmetry and geometric precision. The town's layout is based on a perfect octagon with 8 bastions connected by curtains, forming a formidable defensive perimeter. Within the fortifications, streets and buildings were laid out in a grid pattern, reflecting the rationalistic ideals of the age. Neuf-Brisach was not merely a military installation, but a planned community designed to accommodate soldiers and civilians alike. Today, Neuf-Brisach stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a remarkable example of 17th-century military architecture and urban planning. Vauban's fortifications represented a paradigm shift in military engineering, driven by a deep understanding of geometry, ballistics, and strategic thinking. Central to his approach was the concept of the Star Fortress, a radical departure from traditional fortifications. The star-shaped design, with its projecting bastions connected by curtains, revolutionized defensive warfare. The angled bastions allowed for flanking fire along the curtain walls, eliminating dead zones. Vauban's star fortresses were designed for active engagement, allowing defenders to maneuver and concentrate fire on attacking forces. Vauban's star fortresses were masterpieces of military engineering, combining geometric ingenuity with a deep understanding of the physics of warfare. Vauban's defensive philosophy extended beyond the main walls of his fortresses. He believed in the concept of defense in depth, creating multiple layers of fortifications to slow down and weaken attacking forces. The first line of defense often consisted of outworks, such as ravelins and demi-lunes, positioned beyond the main ditch. Moats were wider and deeper, often reinforced with masonry and designed to be difficult to drain or fill. Vauban's genius lay not only in his innovative designs, but also in his ability to adapt his fortifications to the specific challenges and opportunities presented by each site. He was a master of terrain, recognizing the strategic importance of natural features and incorporating them into his defenses. For fortifications located on high ground, Vauban utilized the natural elevation to enhance fields of fire. In lowland areas, Vauban often incorporated water features, such as rivers, canals, and marshes, into his defenses. Moats were strategically placed to create additional obstacles and to control access points. Vauban's understanding of hydraulic engineering allowed him to manipulate water levels, flooding certain areas to impede enemy advances. Vauban's impact on military architecture was profound and far-reaching. His innovative designs set a new standard for fortification that influenced military engineers for centuries. Vauban introduced a systematic and scientific approach to fortification, transforming it from an art into a science. His fortifications were sophisticated instruments of war, designed to deter aggression and control territory. Vauban's legacy was not limited to his own designs. He established a school of military engineering that trained generations of officers. His writings on fortification became essential texts for military engineers, disseminating his ideas and influencing the development of military architecture. Vauban's influence extended far beyond the borders of France. His reputation as a military genius spread throughout Europe, and his services were sought after by rulers eager to strengthen their own defenses. From the shores of the Mediterranean to the plains of Central Europe, Vauban's fortifications left an enduring mark on the landscape. In the Low Countries, cities like Namur and Ypres were fortified according to his principles. Even in distant Russia, Tsar Peter the Great invited French engineers to modernize his country's defenses. Vauban's ideas transcended national boundaries, demonstrating the universality of his principles and their applicability to diverse geographical and strategic contexts. Section 3. Enduring Principles. Lessons from a Master. Modern warfare rendered Vauban's fortifications obsolete, but his principles of defense in depth, interlocking fields of fire, and strategic use of terrain still resonate today. Layered defense, emphasizing obstacles and fortified positions, remains fundamental in military strategy. Modern bases use barriers, fences, and surveillance to create multiple security layers. Vauban's strategic use of terrain to maximize defense and minimize vulnerabilities informs military planning. Military installations use natural features like hills and valleys for defense and concealment. Vauban's legacy extends beyond military architecture. His systematic planning and attention to detail inspire architects, engineers, and urban planners. His fortifications stand as monuments to human ingenuity and strategic thinking. Section 1. A legacy forged in stone. Sébastien le Prestre de Vauban, the military engineer who rose to prominence during the reign of Louis XIV, left an indelible mark on the landscape of France and the history of military architecture. His fortifications, masterpieces of engineering and strategic design, stand today as a testament to his genius and the enduring power of human ingenuity. Vauban's legacy is not merely one of stone and mortar. It is a legacy of innovation, strategic vision, and an unwavering commitment to the security and prosperity of France. From the formidable Citadel of Lille, guarding the northern frontier, to the imposing Mont-Dauphin, perched high in the Alps, Vauban's fortifications transformed the defensive landscape of France. His innovative star fortresses, with their projecting bastions, layered defenses, and ingenious use of terrain, became the gold standard for military architecture, influencing generations of engineers across Europe and beyond. Vauban's impact extended beyond the purely technical realm of fortification design. He understood that effective defense required not only strong fortifications, but also a deep understanding of strategy, logistics, and the human element of warfare. He emphasized the importance of well-trained troops, effective communication networks, and careful planning in achieving military success. Vauban's legacy is not merely one of military might. It is a legacy of a visionary engineer who used his talents to safeguard his nation, advance the science of fortification, and leave an enduring mark on the world. Section 2. The enduring relevance of Vauban. While modern warfare rendered Vauban's fortifications obsolete, his principles of defense in depth, interlocking fields of fire, and strategic use of terrain remain relevant today. Layered defense, creating multiple security layers to deter and defeat threats, is a cornerstone of modern security planning. From airport checkpoints to digital firewalls, defense-in-depth principles are as relevant today as in Vauban's time. Vauban's strategic use of terrain continues to inform military and civilian planning. Modern military bases, urban infrastructure, and public spaces reflect an understanding of terrain's influence on security. Vauban's systematic planning and attention to detail inspire architects, engineers, and urban planners today. His fortifications, now museums and residential areas, stand as a testament to the enduring power of strategic thinking.